That's better. Now you can actually see what I'm doing instead of just looking at my paint on the other side of the table. But what we're going to do is we're going to put some glitter on the inside of these bowls. I was originally going to do it on the outside, but I thought, you know what, if we put it on the inside, then we don't have to deal with all that mess of the glitter falling off. So you're going to need some Mod Podge. You can use the gloss, you can use the matte. It really doesn't make any difference. For the glitter, you can use any type of crystal glitter, you know, just the clear kind of glitter, and that's all this is. I don't remember where I got this from. I don't know if I ordered this on Amazon. I got it at Michael's maybe. I don't remember. But it's just crystal glitter. You can get all different kinds. This one I've had for years and years that I picked up actually at AC Moore when they were still around. This I know I ordered off of Amazon. It's called Diamond Dust, and it's just the crystal glitter. It's just, you know, has no color. It's just a real shiny, nice crystal thing. But this is the one I got on Amazon. And like I said, I'm not sure if maybe you guys will recognize it if you've... I've had this for a while. I just don't remember where it came from. But it doesn't matter. You can find some sometimes at Dollar Tree too, just as long as it's like a crystal colored glitter. I think I want to try this one. I haven't used this one yet. But this is so easy. You're just going to take some Mod Podge, squeeze it in some type of container, whatever you use. These are my little bowls that I get at Dollar Tree in the party section. And there goes a garbage truck. And I'll do this little one here first. This is just so simple. You just take a sponge brush. You can get these at Dollar Tree too. And then just go around the inside of your little globe here and just coat it. Just try to get it nice and even so you don't have like any really thick spots, because it'll show up funny when we light these up, because these are going to light up. These are going to be so cute, and you guys are just not going to believe how easy this is to make. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to smear the Mod Podge around in here, make sure it's got a nice coating, no big thick glops or anything, just pretty nice and smooth. You don't want to get any on the rim on the outside like I just did. But that's it. We're just going to keep swirling that around. Then we are just going to take some of this glitter here. Hopefully this is open. Of course it's not. And we're just going to dump it in. A whole bunch of it. Doesn't matter, because whatever's left we're going to put back in the bowl. And then you're just going to spin it around and spin it around. Make sure it's coating and sticking to the Mod Podge real good. I know it was overkill on the glitter, but whatever. And then you're just going to dump out the rest, give it a little pat, and then you have your coating for the inside of our snowman. This is just so simple. So then you just take this little cardboard piece here and just dump all your glitter, whoops, back in. How come it seems like there's more glitter now than there was when I put it in there? It didn't even fit. Look at that. I'll have to clean this off my table now. But that's it. And we're going to do the same thing with this one here. We're just going to smear our Mod Podge around real quick and easy. You can take the label off if you want. But I'm telling you, you could make up a bunch of these if you even wanted to do this for like a craft fair or something. And I think these would be wonderful. But we're just going to quickly, because you don't want it to dry too much on you. But just try to get, you know, see how like there's a big thick part there? You just don't want any of those big thick marks left when you're done here, because your glitter will be real thick in that one spot and then it'll kind of look funny. But let's see, I think I got it pretty good here. There we go. And we're going to just dump some more of this glitter back in here. Maybe not as much as last time. And then just spin it around. Make sure it gets all the way up to your edge here. That's why you need a piece of paper underneath to catch it. But I just spin it around a few times, make sure it all gets stuck in there nice. And then give it a little tap, and there you go. All your glitter is on the inside of your little snowman. So now we're going to let those dry. And while that's drying here, I can show you guys what we're going to use for the rest of this. Let me dump this back in and see if it's multiplied again. That's so funny. Okay, it all fits now. That was funny. I can't believe that did that. Let me see if I can scoop this off of here real quick. Oh, look at that. Not too bad. I have my little vacuum thing here from my desk if I can get that off of after. Alright, so now that I'm all glittery, which I will be from now probably until Christmas. We're going to, this is going to be like the top of the snowman, obviously, and it's just going to glue them on right like so. And then we're going to use some buttons that I got from Dollar Tree. You can find these there a lot of times, or any buttons you have. I just picked out a couple of little black buttons that I'm going to use for, you know, his little buttons on his front. For his eyes, actually what I'm using is some of these stickers from Dollar Tree. Where's the labels here? Well, this is just the chalkboard stickers. I figured this will be perfect. They're self-adhesive. We can stick them right on the outside, and that'll work out great. So I just cut out of my way here. One of those little stickers. Come here. Then just fold that in half. And then I just cut a little oval out of it, or whatever shape you want to make the eyes. It really doesn't matter. But I figured it would look cute with some oval-shaped eyes. So we're just going to cut those out. That's why you double it in half, and then, you know, you cut them both out at the same time, so you have your little matching eyes. There we go. So we have that part here. Ta-da! There's our little eyes. I need to shape this up a little bit more because it's not very oval, but that's better. How come that when I cut them both at the same time, one looks pretty good, the other one not so much? Oh well. Or if you have like a Cricut machine, you can probably just find some little eyes on there or something and just do it that way. But if not, you can use these little stickers. So there's part of the eye there, and then we need a little white for in his eye. So what I used for that was just a piece of this vinyl from Dollar Tree. Where is the other piece I had out here? Of course I can't find that. I'm just going to cut a little piece of that off. And this stuff is great because it's, you know, you just peel and stick. So you're not going to need much of that at all to make the whites. So you just need a little piece of that. This stuff is great. I mean, you don't have to have a Cricut machine to use this stuff for all kinds of little projects. So now we're just going to fold that one in half and cut out a couple little circles for the eyes. And then you can shape them up, you know, however big, small, whatever you want them. Now, let's see. What truck is sitting out here now running? I hear a truck. Oh, it's another garbage truck. All right, so there are going to be our little eyes for our snowman. And of course he's going to need a nose. So for that I found some of this orange glitter paper, the vinyl. Part of it, you know, it has the adhesive peel and stick that you could use, you know, to label anything. But they had a lot of this stuff come out this year at Dollar Tree. And this stuff is great. So I just took a piece of this. Let's see, let me cut a smaller piece here to work with. And you don't need much at all. And then you just kind of cut out your little carrot shaped nose, however big you want your little carrot nose. And if you don't like it, you can just cut it down and start over. Yeah, I don't like that at all. There we go. So that will be his little carrot nose. It's going to stick on there. I think I want to make this part a little bit thinner. I don't like that. It just doesn't look right. Just mess around with it however you want it. There we go. That looks better for his little carrot nose. And then for his mouth, I'm just going to use some of these stickers from Dollar Tree. You can get, they have all different kinds of these, or you can find these at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, anywhere. And these are just the little gem stickers, and you just pull them off individually, and that's what we're going to glue on for his mouth. And then we're going to use these two buttons for the front. And I think to put these on the front of the glass, I'm actually going to use a little bit of E6000. I'll probably use hot glue and E6000 just to hold them. The hot glue will just hold it in place while the E6000 dries. It's the only reason I'm using both. But I think that's what I'm going to do with the buttons, because they may pop off of there with just hot glue, because, you know, on the glass. But anyway, that is it. And then for the hat, of course, one of these ornaments from Dollar Tree. These are the little snowman hats that they have every year. The only thing with these, now I already did this. I took a Sharpie because the edge of this little hat was just, you could just see the brown cardboard. So I just went around this with a Sharpie to color that cardboard in, because that kind of looked really cheap. So, but otherwise, they're really cute little hats, and I think this will fit pretty good on top. You just want to carefully wiggle out this thing, and then it doesn't leave much of a hole. And if it does, you can put, you know, a little decoration of some sort up there. But aren't they cute little hats? So that is going to be his hat. And then for the scarf, I'm actually using a scarf that I got at Dollar Tree a couple years ago. They come out with these every year, different ones. But I mean, you can use anything. You could use an old sweater, you could use felt, you could use some wide ribbon if you have it. But I just like these because I've made a lot of things with these little scarves. So I just cut a strip. It doesn't really matter how big. I did cut this at, oh, let's see. It's about 2 inches wide. I wanted enough because we're going to put these lights inside. Now these I got on Amazon. I think I got like 10 of them. They weren't very expensive. I got these a couple years ago, but they're the really pretty bright pin lights, and or twinkle lights, well, fairy lights. People call them all different things. But you can find these on Amazon. You can get sets of these pretty cheap. Dollar Tree has them too, but the only reason I'm not using the Dollar Tree ones is because they have the big battery pack on there where you have to put in like 2 AA batteries, and that's just going to be too bulky for this. But I figured we can kind of tuck this in the back there, maybe under his scarf, the little switch in the back to turn this on and off. So I think that'll be really cute. All right, so all we have to do now is I got to wait for these to dry. Look how pretty that is. You can already see them glittering. Yeah, that's very pretty. I like that a lot. So we're just going to wait for that to dry, and then after that dries, we're going to come back and start putting this little guy together. All right, these are pretty dry now. We're going to try this. Now, I marked mine where I want the front because I kind of looked at, you know, some of the spots. I did get too much glue and it looks a little clumpy. So I marked the clearest side where I want to put the face and where I want his little belly to be. So I just made a little mark with a marker here just so I get them on there the way I want them. And you'll see what I'm saying if you make these. It's not going to, it never fails that you're going to get a little bit of thicker glitter here and there. But it's going to look cute all the same, so it really doesn't make any difference. All right, so now what we want to do is try to get these lights in here. Now this isn't really hard. It's kind of a pain. These particular lights that I got from Amazon, these have 20 little lights on them. So I don't think I want quite as many in the top as I do in the bottom. But we'll see. Let's see. Let me count my little light bulbs here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So we're just going to use this part here and stick these up in the top. I just wrap them around my hand and make a little spring so that when you put them in there, they're kind of going to like bounce and separate, and then you can separate them a little bit more if you need to. Like these guys are kind of stuck here. There we go. But yeah, so that is going to be what's going to go in there. And then the other half, what's easiest to do this, honestly, is to take this here while you're working on the other half and just put a little piece of tape to hold your bottom ones in there just while you're working on this, because they're going to stay in. It's a springy thing. They're not going to pop back down as long as you make them, you know, big enough that they're going to stay in the top there, your little loops, when you wrap it around your hand is what I'm trying to say. All right, so let me wrap these this way. Let's see if this is going to work. All right. And then we're going to put these little guys down in here. Now this bulb will end up in here too. And I think I want to wrap my battery pack around his little neck when it's done. That way I can hide it all, because you have all this extra left on these things. So I think I'm going to put this part over here just to his side, because this is going to be the front, and this I'm going to leave the battery pack out on the side here. Now, so I don't squish my little wire, what I'm going to do here is we're going to flip this little guy up here real quick. That's easy for me to say. Let me get my wire here. And I want this wire. Take our tape off. Oh no, where's my tape? There it is. All right, I don't want to pull my stuff out of here. There we go, get in there. All right, so pull my little tape off now. So this is going to sit in here like so. And now is a good time to check and make sure you have your lights where you want them. And I think that looks really good, just like that. All right, so we're going to leave that be. But over here where this wire comes out, actually these bowls don't match up perfectly. So there's going to be a space here. That's why you want to bend that so it stays in there good. But yeah, it's not going to like cut off your wire. But if it does, just put like a couple dots of hot glue on each side of it, not on the wire, but on each side, just to raise it up a little bit so when you put your glass down, it doesn't squish your wire. But these don't match up perfectly at all, so I'm not too worried about that. Now I'm just going to hot glue these little guys together. Right on that rim on the inside, you can get in there and add your hot glue. You could E6000 these if you want to. Make sure I got that where I wanted it. But I'm thinking, you know, I might need to change the lights in here at one point or another. So I'm going to just hot glue it. That way, if you need to change the lights, you can just take a hairdryer or something and loosen that glue up, pop them off, replace the lights, and then you still have your nice little snowman. So back here, I'm just going to add a little rim of glue here to secure this little guy on, just around that center edge. And like I said, it really doesn't match up on the sides here, so you don't even need to add glue over there. But luckily, that is where our little scarf's going to be. Okay, so now if you want, you can put the hat on. I kind of like to get everything on here first before I put the face on, just so I know I have everything in the right place. So we could put the little, well, the hat we could wait till later. It really doesn't matter. Maybe I'll leave that off for now. But I do want to put the scarf on. So this is the little piece I cut out of that other scarf. And like I said, this isn't got that long cord. So I thought maybe I could just put this back here like this. I'm just going to hold that there with a piece of tape until I get my scarf on. And that way we can just cover up all that extra wire. You'll never know it's there. We're just going to take our little scarf here and we're going to tie it to the side. That's my front there because I can still see my little mark. You get lost if you don't mark it because, you know, it's round and, you know, you're not going to remember where you left off with anything. So there we go. That's our front right here. So there's our little scarf on there. You could knot this if you want. I'm just going to flip this over like that. And we're just going to leave that on there just like so. And then that will hide our little battery pack. Oh goodness, I covered my tape. All right, let me get the tape off of there. There we go. And then you can just tuck this little guy right up here just so it kind of peeks out so you can turn that on and off in the back there. Or you could have that facing down, would probably make more sense, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Let me flip this around here. Come on. All right, yeah, the battery pack's the only pain in the neck because you don't want to see it. All right. Now see if I flip it around there, then I have all my wires showing again. All right, do over. This is my front. So you get lost. I'm telling you, you really seriously get lost. All right, that is the front. This goes back here. Who the heck is yelling outside? I don't know. Just some kids, I guess. All right, and now we're going to do this again. Trial and error, guys. There we go. See, it covers it up nice till I started messing around with it. So we're going to leave it the way it was. Actually, I'm just going to let it peek out of here. I don't think that's going to be too big a deal. There we go. It's just going to peek out that little bit in the back. You got to find it some way or another to get it off. Okay, there's my front. So we're just going to flip that back over here again. And you can knot this if you want to. It really doesn't matter. But it'll just stay. I mean, it's not like you're going to be moving this little guy around or anything. And if you do just hot glue it together, just make sure you pick it up from the bottom and you're not grabbing it from the top. Alright, so I may add just a drop of hot glue to hold this scarf on here, because if I need to replace the scarf, I think that will be the easiest of things to do. There we go. We're just going to glue that little baby right on there. And then we'll just cut it off. There we go. Now, where's my front? Right there. Okay, so there's his little scarf. I think that looks cute. So now we can put his little face on here. I need to pull this down here more. All right, so his eyes. Let's see if this is going to all cooperate here and unpeel for me really easy. I think I want to get his nose on first because I think I can kind of figure out the rest of it from there. So let's see how good this is going to work here with this sticky paper. I need to find... There it goes, my little tool to get these things off better. There we go. So let's see. Where's my mark? There's my center mark. All right, so that is going to go right here. His little nose. Easy peasy. And then we can put on the eyes. Why do I only have one eye? Here it is. I don't want to push that all the way down yet because I want to make sure I have this where I want it. This one needs to come over just a little bit more. Yeah, just put one side down at a time because, you know, if you get the whole thing stuck down, then it's kind of hard. All right, I think that looks good right there. Then we got our little white dots we're going to add on here. This little guy's going to be so cute. Why did that come off and not... Oh, you know what? We're going to hot glue this on because like the back of that came off. There is nothing sticky on here at all on either one of these. Or is that the sticky one? Did I just glue the sticky one to the table? Sure did. Oh my goodness, you know, sometimes I'm just a goofball. All right, so there is that little part of his eye, which I bent all up because I thought it was the other side. It's very thin. I thought it would be much thicker, this white vinyl that goes into the, that you can use for Cricut and whatever. But yeah, that's actually the, it feels like it should be the backing. That's all right. We're going to use him anyway. I'll just straighten him out here. Wow, I can't believe how thin this is. I really thought that was going to be much thicker, kind of like the black chalkboard stuff, but it's not. See, I was going to glue the wrong thing on. Actually, I might have been better off. But anyway, see, there's another goof up. I don't edit goof ups. You guys all, everybody goofs up. We all goof up. All right, I may replace that after I'm done here. It's got a little dent in it, but that's how easy it is once you figure out the right side of your paper. Wow, I just was not expecting that to be so thin. All right, anywho, back to this project. So now we're just going to take some of our little gems here, give him a little bit of a mouth. These just pop off. They're all in like one big long string, but they just pop off individually. Give him a cute little smile here. Whoa, actually took off the whole string. And I may have to zhuzh these around a little bit. All right, I'll get them unstuck from my finger. Now let's see. Just don't push anything down too much until you're sure where you want it. I think that looks pretty good for his smile. What do we think? Nice smile for Frosty here. Yeah, I gotta replace that. I don't like that little dent in there. Ah, bah humbug. Anyway, we're gonna go with it for now, just so we can finish this project up. So now we need our little buttons here. Now this is a thing I'm gonna add a little E6000 and some hot glue. Like I said, just because I'm afraid they're gonna fall off of this glass after a bit. So add a little bit of E6000. You don't need a lot of this stuff. You guys know this stuff sticks like crazy. And then some hot glue. Put one right there. I'm gonna pick that hot glue out of there once it cools down. And then we're just, whoops. I actually think this is a dark blue one. Don't tell anybody. That's okay. Then we're just gonna stick a couple little buttons there. And there's the front of your little Frosty. All right. And now all we have to do now is to add on his little hat and light him up. And that is it. These are so easy to make. It's a little cumbersome. You know, I had a little hard time here and there with different things, especially these little white dots I made. I'm still in shock that that is so thin. You can actually almost see the black right through it. I wasn't expecting that. But anyway, it'll be fine. All right, so let's just get his little hat here. How do I want, look how cute. Just put his hat on, he looks so cute. Just like right there, I guess. So, whoops. So we're just gonna glue that right on there. This really is an easy project. Like I said, it takes a little bit of fumbling around here to get everything exactly how you want it. But how easy and how cute is this little guy? I'm gonna set him back here. I'll dim these lights here and get the hot glue off of his buttons, and then we will see how this little guy lights up. Actually, I'll just leave the lights on right now. Let me pick this off of here. We're gonna click this on. Oh my goodness, look how cute this little guy is. Let me shut these lights off because it's really dark, rainy again today. And I'm thinking we can, oh, I love him. Look how cute he is lit up. It just glitters. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes it doesn't pick up real well on the camera. But look how cute. How cute would that look up on a shelf or on a mantle or something at night? This would be a great little gift for somebody too. Maybe like an assisted living that can't have like a bunch of candles or anything to light up. This would be so sweet. And it's very inexpensive. It's like $1, $2, $3, maybe $5 or $6 if you have, you know, some spare cloth around or whatever, and you only use the teeniest amount of the stuff for the eyes and stuff, so I really don't even count that in. But of course that is if you already have something like that, but you can always substitute with something else. But look how cute. Just use just some glitter and some lights, and he is adorable. I wanted to get to these last year, just couldn't get to it. But that is it. That is my little guy for today, my little project, and I will see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.